Welcome to my channel, bienvenidos. Today we are doing a little chill get ready with me. I did just post a Sephora recommendations slash favorites video for the Sephora sale, and I thought I would put some of those items in action, but I'm doing a little haul slash first impressions in this video using everything that I purchased for the Sephora sale as well. So it's kind of like a mashup of both. A bunch of Sephora stuff in one video pretty much. So you might be able to find a few more things that you want to purchase in this video as well, because I do share, of course, all the new things that I purchased. So this is the look I ended up coming up with. You guys know I love a bronzy minimal look, just using new products. I found some new bronzers that I think I'm gonna be loving, a new really pretty nude lipstick that I loved as well. So I'm going to show you how I created this look and show you all of the new goodies that I'm adding to my collection. If you guys are interested, of course, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this makeup. I have everything nice and laid out. Of course, first I'm going to start off with my eyebrows though, and I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I bought this one in the shade medium brown, which is the shade that I normally get, and I'm just going to go in, lightly fill them in, shape them and everything. I'm going to fast forward this part just because it takes me a while, and I'm just going to clean them up with my Too Faced concealer. I'm going to use this one later on as well, but I'm just using it now to kind of clean up the brows. That way I can get more or less a nice idea of how the shape of my brows look. And today I do want to go for more of a thinner brow. Sometimes I clean them up, but I don't make them as thin. I leave them a little thicker, but for today I do kind of want to go for that thinner, super clean brow, just like that. And just so we can see the difference between the two brows, like cleaned up and set and everything, I'm going to use this Benefit 24-hour brow setter. A lot of these items I showed in my Sephora recommendations video too. I'm just using that to bring up my brow hairs. While I was doing my brows, I should have put on my primer, because this primer, it takes a little bit of time to kind of settle and set on the skin. This is my Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I'm like running low on it. So this one I just take literally the smallest amount, smaller than a penny size, like smaller than a dime size even, like just a little bit. And put it all over my skin as a nice little base. This primer just adds such a smooth, long-lasting, thin layer on my skin. It's one of the only primers that I find makes a really big difference in the way my makeup looks all day. Foundation for today is this Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation in the shade Light Medium 14. This is more of a light to medium coverage foundation, but I just like to build it up so I can get the most coverage that I want. I'll just apply it directly on my face. And this shade I find works really well for my skin tone. It's not too warm or anything. Ooh, I'm gonna end up getting my white shirt dirty, all because I'm being lazy. And to blend this, I'm using the EcoTools Complexion Buffer. Freaking love this foundation. It gives such a skin-like appearance, and trust me, I'm not one to like light to medium coverage foundations, but the way that this makes my skin look, I'm like, I don't even care if it's not full coverage right off the bat. Like, I'm willing to build this up because of the way it looks. And I honestly don't even have to build it up if I don't want to. I can just spot conceal, but I don't know, this foundation is just so good on the skin. And I think it's one that would work for a lot of different skin types too. So the first layer, I really like buff it into my skin. Like I press, I rub, I like really get it in there. See, look at that. I can just walk out like this, put a little bit of concealer, maybe some blush, a gloss, and my skin looks so freaking good. It, like, you can still see my little pigmentation and any marks that I have, but it looks like a really nice version of my skin. It looks like it would be literally my skin. So I really love this. That's how it looks with one layer. On the second layer, I recommend to work section by section so you can really just tap it into the areas where you want that second layer of coverage. And don't buff this in. You want to just tap. That's going to give you more coverage too. And then the concealer I use has a lot more coverage too, so that helps in case you do want to do any spot concealing or you just want extra coverage around the eye area, which is what I normally do. So I'm using that same Too Faced concealer in 2 different shades, warm beige and light beige. I used light beige to clean up my brows just because it's a little bit lighter. And I like to mix these just because obviously one's darker than the other. So this one helps to conceal the warm beige. A lot of times I'll use this one even on its own just because I don't like a super bright under eye. But if I do want to highlight a little bit, I usually add something lighter. Not too much. Literally just like that to kind of balance it. Letting this sit for a little while before I blend it out just so I can make sure to get the most coverage. And to blend this, I am using, of course, a Beauty Blender sponge. And before setting that in place, which I kind of wish I would have done the cream bronzer first now that I think about it, but it is what it is. So I am trying a new cream bronzer. I tried the one from Huda Beauty and I didn't love it. I so far have not been able to figure out a good way to use that one just because it ends up looking very muddy on my skin tone because it is more on the neutral to ash side. And if you've been watching me for some time, you know that I usually go for more warm tone bronzers and cream contour situations. So I bought this one from Fenty Beauty. It's new. It's their Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. So she came out with these cream bronzers. She also came out with cream blushes, which I did buy one too. Here is the shade. It's a lot more warm and completely up my alley. I love tones like this. To apply this, I'm using this Morphe M492 and going straight into it. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, this one looks fine. It's very similar in tone to my black opal one. I like. Not bad. It looks a lot more intense, I think, in the pan. Something about cream products is just like everything. You guys know I'm all about like skin and the base. And then to set that, I'm using the Huda Beauty powder, which this one's a little more on the heavy duty side, but like I said, the concealer I use isn't super matte, so I want something that is when it comes to setting. As much as I'd love to just leave my skin looking super glowy and stuff, my skin's oily, so I can't unless I'm gonna be outdoors and I'm not gonna want my makeup to last that long. Even though I do want that very matte under eye and T-zone look, not even T-zone, just mainly my forehead because that's where I get oily, and a little on my chin too. For the rest of my face, where I don't have that cream bronzer, I'm going to set with my Sephora Microsmooth powder. I've been talking about this powder for years. You guys are probably tired of me talking about it, but I use the shade, excuse me, I use the shade 30, and I am just taking that with like a fluffy brush. This is the multitasking powder from Eco Tools. With this powder, it's not so much about coverage, it's more so the finish that you're gonna fall in love with, just the way it makes your skin look, because this has more of a light coverage. It's very sheer, but it does add this really nice layer to your skin. And I am kind of sweeping this on those bronzy areas too, after all, because it does kind of also help to blend that so there aren't any harsh lines. And then I'll just set it with my powder bronzer. If you want, you could stop here because obviously your skin's already bronzed because of the cream bronzer. It's already nice and set, and really, if you're not gonna apply like shadow or highlight or blush or anything, then you can stop here, throw on a gloss, and you have your perfect everyday look. Now, I like my makeup to last me all day long, and I love bronzer. I'm a bronzer girl. I love being nice and bronzy. Two that I bought, and I'm like, I don't even know which one I want to use. Whichever one I don't use today, I'm gonna obviously use in another video. But I got this one from the brand Kosas. It's from Sephora. It's a new brand to them, and they just launched this literally the day that the Sephora the VIB Rouge sale started. This is the Sun Show Moisturizing Baked Bronzer. Here's what the packaging of this brand looks like. Very summer and beach vibes. And I got it in the shade medium, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one just because it looks like it has a very shimmery finish, kind of like a shimmery blush. Let me show you if I can open this. It looks pretty deep for my skin tone too. So it's this one here. So I think what I'm gonna do is use this one. This is the NARS Matte Bronzing Powder in Laguna. They do already have a bronzer in the shade Laguna, but it's their regular, I want to say it's like a shimmery formula. Ooh, this comes up, it actually comes up pretty dark. And it is more on the ash side. A little bit. And then, should we try this one on top? I'm a little scared, but I'll just try it over top, see what it does. Ooh. It has kind of a little bit of fallout. Yeah, this for sure has a glow to it. So with this bronzer, what I would do is I would only apply it on the forehead if I wanted like a very skin, like it's like a bronzer and a highlighter mixed in one for sure. So I decided to get the shade Fuego Flush 01, and this is like a straight up tangerine cream blush. One of my favorites from Sephora as of lately has been this Anastasia blush trio in Peachy Love, and I use the shade Miami, which is this one. This is also like a straight up tangerine. Now this one is the Fenty one that I got. The Fenty one's a little bit more of like a straight up, like a full on orange. Just tapping this. This is pretty. It's a little hard to tell because I already have a lot of warm tones going on. But you can see it like right here on my cheeks. And this also has a little shimmer in it. So these are all very good products, more so for like summer when you're not doing a lot of powder maybe. But this is how first impressions go though. A lot of these, most of these I've never tried. So it's kind of hard to tell like what order and what brush to use and like how it's gonna look best. I just have to keep using the products and then find my perfect little like routine with them. Yeah, so this blush is going to add glow to your skin for sure too. So I would just use one or the other. I would either use this one or I would use the blush. I do want to clean up a little under here just because I feel like I went overboard with the bronzers. In the meantime, I am going to start applying my eyelashes. I haven't done strip lashes in a while. I've been trying to just kind of let my lashes breathe during this time, but I do kind of feel like having a little lash moment today. Both of the lashes look like right side lashes, and I know I'm not tripping. They're both shorter on this side and longer on this side, which means that they would go on this side. Maybe I'll just use these. Okay, I'm gonna use Sugar Baby instead, just because the other ones, I'm not kidding you guys, they both look like they belong on the same, like the right eye. Let me sweep off this powder because it's been sitting here for a while. There are those, okay. They're a little more cat eye. and wispy. All right, y'all, let's finish this off already because I feel like I'm going through these little makeup situations right now. My lip color, I am going to do a little bit of a lip liner, which is this MAC lip liner in Oak. And I'm going to use that to line my lips and kind of fill them in a little bit too. My lip color is one that I haven't tried before, and it's this one from Too Faced. It's the Natural Nudes Intense Color Coconut Butter Lipstick in the shade Skinny Dippin'. Oh yeah. The formula is really buttery. But I really like this lipstick right here. It's pigmented, it's creamy, and it's really comfortable on the lips too. Two items that I did purchase that I didn't really use in this video is this Caudalie Beauty Elixir. I got the mini size. I was gonna get the big one, and I don't know, I just ended up just getting the travel mini version of it. I don't use it a whole lot, and I don't go through it that much, so I think this will kind of last me for a little while. And I also got a fragrance. I got a perfume, which I normally don't get a lot of perfumes because I'm not, like, I don't use them a lot and I don't go through them as often. But I wanted to get something new, so I got this Dolce & Gabbana light blue. And I got the small version, of course, because I'm not kidding you guys, I don't think I've ever gone through an entire bottle of perfume. They last me a long time. It's very fresh. It really gives me a spring kind of vibe. It's very fresh and feminine. This right here, I do really like it, and I would recommend it if you're looking for something really nice and lightweight for like spring and summertime. That's how my makeup turned out after trying out all of that new stuff that I picked up for the Sephora sale. There are a few things that I'm still kind of eyeing. They're sitting in my cart and I'm like, do I really want to buy it? Do I really want to buy it? But these are the things that I have so far as of right now. Of course, I'm going to keep using these things and kind of updating you and telling you if I like them, how I would like to use them, etc. in future videos, and then maybe like on my Instagram stories as well. But for now, I really enjoyed pretty much every single product. The only thing I'm kind of like unsure about is maybe the really shimmery bronzer. I just don't know yet how I'm going to use it. And the Fenty blush, just because of the shimmer. I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about the shimmer. I don't know where the actual product is, but the blush, I'm kind of like, these are the two things that I'm like, I have to see how they're gonna work for me because of my oily skin. But everything else for sure I'm keeping and using and kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to use it with the other products that I have. But if you enjoyed this video, kind of chilling with me, doing my makeup, getting ready with me, of course make sure to give the video a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. All the products will be linked down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, los quiero mucho, and I'll see you all in my next video.